What's up, everyone? This is episode 33 of the Sports Road Podcast. My name is Nick, here with Jet, Mike, Colton, and Dylan. Today we are discussing MLB free agency once again, NFL free agency, and answering the questions that you guys sent in. Starting with baseball, Braves legend, I should say, Freddie Freeman signed a 6-year, $162 million deal with the Dodgers. And Dylan, you're a Braves fan. Mike, you're a Dodgers fan. Let's get your guys' thoughts on this first.
You want to go first or what?
You can go first.
Okay. It's debatable calling him a legend at this point. He's not Chipper Jones, Dale Murphy level. So as far as loyalty, this was, obviously love it. This was obviously, hold up. This was obviously expected from the moment that they didn't reach an agreement before free agency happened, and obviously, especially after Olsen trade went down. It sucks. I think it's mainly just because it's his agent's fault, and that I don't know if y'all read the Buster Olney article, but Chipper called him out and all this kind of stuff. His agent was trying to play hardball with Braves GM Alex Anthopoulos, and Freeman probably didn't know about it. So it's really his agent's fault. But yeah, now to LA, where he's from, with his wife who's got about 40 plastic surgeries. But at least Charlie now gets to see Tatis more. Well,
he's not welcome at Petco.
Well, I agree.
And
yeah, it's
7-year-old boy's not welcome to Petco.
Not welcome.
He's like 4. Yeah, it's weird. I don't like it, but at this point, it's just that's it. So.
Hey, kid friendly.
Nope.
Mike, you got thoughts to add?
Well, it's hard to question his loyalty because from what I've read, the Braves only called him twice.
That's not true. There was enough conversation during the season. The off-season 2 calls is not relevant. Again, the agent's fault.
Here's another thing I'll say. During Freeman's opening press conference with the Dodgers, somebody asked him about the Anthopoulos when he was crying about Freddie leaving or whatever. Yeah. And he was asked, oh, did you see his tears? And Freddie was like, yeah, I saw him. He said, I'll leave it at that. He didn't really care.
Whether the Braves called 50 times or didn't even try to get him back, you cannot question his loyalty. The dude played there for how many years? Over a decade?
He never reached free agency. So
after all the heartbreak that the Braves fans had to go through and the Braves team had to go through, he kept staying every single year, and then they finally won, and now he leaves. You can't question his loyalty. He was loyal and they won. He got them World Series.
No, the definition of loyalty is not staying with the same team for 19 years.
I'm just saying he's not Chipper Jones level. I'm not saying he's
that's fair, but you're bashing him his loyalty is terrible.
And all Braves fans, you're not the only Braves fan to do it. I'm not gonna lie.
I will be doing that. Yeah.
So much stuff on Twitter.
It's just an exaggeration.
I see it, Dylan. I agree with Dylan. I don't think there's any reason he should not have re-signed with them.
It's kind of okay.
He's playing LA.
I'll actually bring this up later because
everyone wants to play in LA.
Kenley Jansen.
Exactly.
But yeah, and then as far as him going to LA, obviously as a Dodger fan, I'm very excited. I'm surprised Andrew Friedman actually went with the 6 years. It's very not normal. But when you have a player of Freddie Freeman's caliber, it's definitely worth it. And now with the universal DH, his career is just prolonged now. So, obviously, they now have the best lineup in. People are saying history. I don't know.
They already did, and they're just adding on to it.
But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it plays out. But yeah, I'm definitely excited to be able to watch Freddie Freeman.
Anything can happen. He has the best lineup, like the Mets with the 2 best pitchers in the league, arguably. It doesn't matter. Anything can happen in baseball.
Real quick, I wanted to touch back on the article. How many of you read the Buster?
I didn't read the full article.
Yeah. Okay. If he wanted to be a Brave, he would have been. And clearly, he didn't want to.
Yeah,
So it's not. It's
but
not.
maybe
it's
he
not
took offense to them not giving like a serious offer at an extension sooner.
Well,
I also saw, I don't know if it's from that
It's-
article or what, but they didn't even let him know like they were trading for Olsen. They didn't talk to him about anything.
That doesn't matter.
Freeman shouldn't have even.
I
It doesn't
mean,
matter
what-
at all.
In my opinion.
I think when you have a player who's with an organization that long, he kind of
like,
deserves
hey, we
yeah.
have this trade in place. Like, if
If you want to
want
be here, then
Yeah.
yeah.
But I feel like that's more of a courtesy for someone who's on a contract. He wasn't on the roster, so
I-
it's not like a thing that you have to do for extension of a nice gesture for a free agent. That's
Yeah, but
not
the
really.
Braves organization also didn't make any nice gestures when he was under contract still. It's not like they tried to do a long-term extension, or at least
No,
didn't try very
The
hard.
Braves front office tried. He pushed it back and said, "Let's wait until after the season, after the season, after the season, after the season."
I don't know.
And then now that's after the season, he doesn't come back. And again, going back to his agent, again, the full article kind of tells a story and different other things I have in my brain.
I don't know, but
His
I
agent
mean, you
had
can.
that ultimatum. Hold on. Had the ultimatum. He said, like, you have an hour to Anthopoulos. You have an hour to accept either 6 for 175 or like 5 for 160 and something like that. And Anthopoulos didn't want to pay either one of those, and he paid less for Olsen. And so he ended up saying, no, we're not doing that. And then I was like, okay, well, not being a Brave anymore. So it's his agent.
I want to add, last episode you were talking about Freeman for at least 20 minutes, saying you were crying. He's the best, and he's the greatest. You're gonna miss him, and now he's not a legend.
Well, yeah, because that article is very telling.
Okay, so also what I want to
That
add
is-
is obvious. You can
no.
see the obvious, I guess, disconnect between the front office and Freddie Freeman, because it seems like the front office is making it seem like it's Freeman's fault, and Freeman is making it seem like it's the front office's fault. So it happens, man. It happens.
All right, Jet,
We got the
Cole,
better
you guys
player
want to add
anyways.
anything?
Braves in 6.
The best team in baseball got better.
Yeah.
It's World Series or bust for them, like it's been for the last 10 years. It feels like they got
Only one ring to show for it, and it's a Mickey Mouse ring.
Mickey Mouse ring. Yep.
Shut up! You watch Adley play all year. I don't care.
Hey, shut up, man. All right, shall we move on?
4.
Sure.
Sure.
Shortstop
Just-
Trevor
just-
Story
That's it.
signed a 6-year, $140 million deal with the Boston Red Sox. Thoughts on that?
Worth every penny. Such an underrated player.
Just a quick, what day is today? The 20th? It
Yep.
was this morning. So just again, as of time we're recording this, in case something crazy happens tomorrow morning, we don't, I'm not going to touch on it.
Is
It's-
Xander Bogaerts playing second?
No, it'll be Story.
Stories.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Stories playing
Their
second.
plan is to have him at second, and I don't know. I feel like
Bogaerts
that's
is a
like the
free
main
agent.
topic of conversation here, because I don't know that their defense. I don't know. I think their defense would be better if Story was at short.
It
But
would, because they already have Devers on that side. So I mean,
Yeah.
you'd have to balance it out, because Devers and Bogarts are both not great defenders.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
You have to balance it out.
Isn't Bogarts a free agent next season?
Who?
Bogarts.
I think so. Yeah, I think I've seen that.
Yeah, but I think he'll sign an extension there.
Think so?
I mean, if this
I
works
don't-
out, yeah.
I think Bogarts is set up to take over for JD as the DH soon. I don't know how much longer JD has in Boston. I think that's going to be Bogarts' DH spot sooner rather than later.
It's weird though. Like, why would they keep him at short? Are they really confident in his defense? Like,
Because he probably has never played second, and Story's talented enough to play second.
yeah.
Story can play second and be the
That's
best
probably it.
in baseball. Bogarts, you have such a small spring training to teach Bogarts that, especially now that happened today.
Yeah.
Bogarts,
Okay.
Oakland Day would not be able to play second base in the major leagues.
Yeah, I buy that. I mean, the worst case scenario is this doesn't go to plan, and then they try to experiment with it during the season, like if things are going bad. But I think it'll be fine.
Colton, if Bogarts takes over from Martinez as the DH, who slides into the other middle infield spot,
Christian Arroyo, or Jeter Downs, they're both coming up.
Or they acquire someone else by then.
or I was going to say like someone who's like immediate. Yeah, I don't know what your time.
Arroyo is major
Bogarts.
league ready. He was on the roster last year. Arroyo was going to be their second baseman, but I mean, Arroyo came out and said, like, I'll play the outfield, and he's talented enough to do that. And Downs is, I mean, I think Mike can give a better insight, but I think Downs is close to Major League.
I mean, all you really need to know about Downs is he was in a trade involved with Mookie Betts. And he was the headliner for Boston. One of the headliners for Boston.
He's quick. He'll be up there sooner too.
Yeah.
I think this season will work, but I think next season, I think at that point,
he'll probably be a September call-up. Or no,
well said, Mike.
Be 2 years out.
Well said.
They got those guys. Their infield is stacked.
Yeah.
And Dahlbeck's gonna man first. You know, me and Jet love Dahlbeck.
Yep.
He's gonna man first for years. Their infield is set.
They still got Pedroia too.
Okay. But yeah, I'd say their lineup, one of the better lineups in the league. They still have a lot of work to do on the pitching side. But yeah, they're definitely gonna be able to hit.
Yeah, Chris Sale not being ready is so unfortunate.
That was a big surprise.
It's also not surprising at all. But
who's the first starter? Nathan Eovaldi, how you pronounce it?
It should be Eovaldi. Yeah.
Okay.
They don't have Rodriguez anymore, right? Isn't he like in Chicago?
I think he went to Detroit.
Oh, that's right. That sounds right. Yeah,
I think so.
All right. Jorge Soler signed a 3-year, $36 million deal with the Miami Marlins. He's staying in the NL East. Thoughts on that?
Perfect fit. He screams Miami Marlin to me.
It's interesting because I'm very high on their pitching staff in Miami. I really don't think their lineup has to be all that good for them to be somewhat competitive. Like Jorge Soler is going to be a huge boost for their lineup, and I love their pitching staff as it is. So I think they're an interesting team just with this acquisition. I love it.
I have them as a playoff team with the expanded playoffs for sure.
Maybe, yeah, I can see that. Maybe like right outside for me, but
I think if it just depends how Atlanta does this year.
Miami is no longer a 5th place team. That's not going to happen. Like they're not going to be that bottom.
Definitely Washington.
Yes.
World Series MVP, by the way. I should have pointed that out when I said his name.
Yes. Colton, you were saying depends on how the Braves play. I think it more depends on how the Mets and Phillies
play. I'm writing the Phillies off. I don't believe in the pitching staff.
Oh,
so they're a 4th place team once again. I like it. I like it.
We'll get to that.
They have DHs all over. I'm writing them off early.
Ooh,
you said the Phillies?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm not doing
We'll get to that. We need to get into them when we get to Castellanos.
Yeah, going back to Soler, obviously Colton said it's a good fit for more reasons than one. Obviously, a lot of Hispanic players like playing there because it's the culture. He's like the perfect fit for that. Love that for him.
It's gonna be so fun.
But it's a 3 for 36 with opt-outs after the 1st and 2nd year. So basically, he's taking the Adam Duvall route. He'll be back in Atlanta in the next year. So
yeah, so someone said don't end up trading for him in July.
or in the winter is when you can opt out. So I got this about an hour before he hit that home run in Game 4. So.
All right, staying in the NL East, Nick Castellanos signed a 5-year, $100 million deal with the Philadelphia Phillies. I want to add real quick. It was pretty cool the way, I don't know if he announced it this way, but he posted a picture on his Instagram of him on the Rocky Balboa steps in Philadelphia. I thought that was pretty cool. Philly fans started going crazy. It was pretty sick.
I didn't see that.
I didn't see it either.
I mean,
I think players should do that more often.
Yeah, I think that post went up about 20 minutes before Paston or whoever reported it. So
yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, 5 years, $100 million deal. Thoughts on this?
So this Phillies team is completely unorthodox. Like they're making it very, very clear what their objective is here. They're trying to score more runs than everybody else. That is their goal. They do not care about defense whatsoever.
It's gonna be
they don't care
15
about
to
pitching.
14 every game.
Like this is insane. I've never seen a roster like this. They cannot play defense. It's gonna be horrible defensively, but they added a big bat. I mean, it's gonna be interesting to watch, if nothing else.
They'll average 8 runs a game and finish below 500.
That's entirely possible. I have no idea how possible that is.
I think I speak for me and Jet when I'd say I'd be lying if I said I wasn't extremely salty. He ended up going there.
I would have done that contract.
I'm salty too. I thought my prediction was Baltimore. I thought it was going to come true, but I guess not.
Of course it was.
Don't worry. Trout will sign there if he was wrong.
Probably.
In 13 years, he'll sign there.
I don't see why not.
Obviously makes the Phillies lineup a lot scarier, but then again, when you can't pitch or play defense. It kind of hampers your ability to be successful while just hitting.
I think it's perfect that he's a
They're-
right-handed hitter to balance out with Schwarber and Bryce's left-handed bats.
Yeah, that's
Dirty balance.
they just don't have pitching. That's just the problem. They
Okay,
just
but what if they
don't
make a
have-
move at the deadline?
After Wheeler,
Or a pitcher.
Nola, and even Nola is a big what if nowadays. You don't even know if Nola's going to be.
All they got is one every 5 days,
Yeah, it's scary.
and their bullpen.
Is Wheeler still there?
Really, yeah, really.
That's their one consistent.
Yeah.
Um,
All right, just making
Their
sure.
bullpen's horrible. Yeah, 4th place team.
It's just weird because like is this the lineup that's going to compete with the best teams in the National League? I mean, you put this lineup next to the Dodgers, you're like, okay, the lineup itself is somewhat comparable, but no other part of the team is anywhere near. Like it's horrible. I don't know. It's going to be interesting for sure.
I'm excited to see how many errors they put up. This could be a record.
It could be a record for
This could
sure.
really be a record-setting season for them.
All right, another NL East move. Kenley Jansen signing with the Atlanta Braves on a 1-year, $16 million deal.
16.
Yeah, let's get your guys' thoughts on that.
Mike, you threw it away. You summed it up perfectly in the
Mike, go ahead.
Go, dude. That was the most
Okay,
perfect
so-
explanation
Obviously, as a Dodger fan, it's a little bittersweet. But and don't get me wrong, Kenley is still, I would consider him an elite closer still. Okay. My only problem with him is that the velocity on his cutter is not consistent. And if you're a Dodger fan that watches them every night, you know that if his cutter is below 91 and he goes in with a 1-run ead or a tie game, you are not winning the game. It's just not happening. Okay. I will say that it's more common, I'd say, at the beginning of the season. Later in the season, not much to worry about, but anything above 91, he's lights out. He's probably 3 strikeouts, 9th inning, game over. Good signing for the Braves, obviously. Already adding to a stacked bullpen.
Their pen is awesome.
It's ridiculous. Yeah.
Right.
Mike, with the whole velocity thing, did you, like, as a Dodger fan, notice a trend in terms of, does it have anything to do with how often he's
Yes.
pitching in the 9th, or is it just like consistently, like say he goes out every other game, he's in one
I
game will be
swear,
93, one game will be 87. Like,
I swear, like that series.
there's a
that
pattern there.
Late in the season, as you got in the second, third game, his velo was dropping.
So, how would I explain? The Dodgers use him a lot. Like there's some nights that
Right.
Roberts would have him out there for 30 pitches, and then he'd come out the next day. But to say if it's usage, I mean, obviously any reliever is going to get tired if they're used often. But
Of course.
I'd say it's more mechanics. Last season, I noticed it a lot less. Like last season, you noticed that his kind of windup was different, how he took that funky little step. That's a mechanic thing that he kind of figured out to keep his velo in a reasonable spot. It would sit around 91, 92. But there's obviously some nights where he would be off. So, but I mean, at the end of the day, he's still an elite closer. So shouldn't worry about it too much.
Well,
All right.
I like it a lot. So I like it a lot. 1 for 16 is kind of expensive, but I mean, why not at this point? Just adding to the already insane arm barn that is in Atlanta.
He said it.
Yeah, I did. And that's obviously, and we didn't touch on this because it's not like a huge signing, but also Colin McHugh getting, or maybe we did, I don't know. Colin McHugh getting added to the bullpen, and Kirby Yates, if he comes back in like August type time frame from his Tommy John.
I want him to
The
succeed
bullpen's
so bad.
insane. Obviously, the night shift of Matzik, Minter, Jackson, and Smith. Oh, also, Will Smith said, like, I don't know. I bet Mike saw this. I don't know about any of
Yeah, he was
the other
fine.
3 of you. That Will Smith said, I don't care if I'm the closer or not. Bring him in. I just wanted to get another ring. So
Yeah, that was cool. I saw
that's
that.
pretty cool. And also there's the Ozzy Albies connection because they're both Curaçaoan. So that's pretty cool as well. I like it. I'm glad to have him. He scared the crap out of me every time I faced him. So now he's going to strike out Freddie Freeman in the bottom of the ninth to win the MLB.
Yeah.
That's exactly what's going to happen.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
I think his velo is going to be 88 that night. Just letting you know.
All right, Carlos Correa,
Oh,
an odd one. He signed a 3-year, $105 million deal with the Minnesota Twins.
The Twins are so weird. We talked about this last time. The Twins are.
Can I go real quick?
If you really look into it, he looks like an absolute genius because of the opt-outs.
Yeah, okay, yeah, let me.
He is so smart.
This is
He's betting on himself.
This is I'm gonna sign with a team in the ballpark where I play best, and I'm going to make sure I get my 10-year, $300 million contract next offseason.
Yeah, that's incredible. Did you guys see that? You see that, Colton? He has like a 1,300 OPS at Target Field.
That's what I'm saying. It's smart. He can have an insane season. He's still under 30 when he gets his next free agency if he opts out. If not, worst case scenario, he makes $100 million in 3 years. I think it's the most annual for a shortstop ever. I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
He's
for an infielder.
And I mean, who knows if
the most annual. He's betting on himself. In worst case scenario, he made $100 million.
And who knows? Maybe if the Twins keep, maybe proving to him that they're trying to win, maybe he wants to stay there and sign there long term.
That's what I was gonna say. I mean, it's interesting. They have Correa, they have Buxton, Kepler, Polanco. Like their core could work. It's just the pitching. Like that's what it comes down to.
Nick Gordon.
Yeah, they could be interesting.
One of those things where they develop young guys around him, and he's that veteran guy for a championship team.
I never thought of it like that. He plays best there, and he can get a huge contract when he opts out. So that was a good job pointing that out.
Yeah, the whole article that I think Rosenthal put out about Boris and his strategy or whatever. Apparently, they reached out to the Braves and said, "Hey, this is our offer. If you want to offer Correa the exact same contract, go for it, and he'll go to the Braves." But under Anthopoulos, apparently, according to the article, we don't do opt-outs or in trade clauses. So we had declined, but they said he might be in play next winter or next winter because Swanson's going to be up for a new contract pretty soon. So I thought that was interesting, just the fact that they reached out to different teams offering the same thing. It's nice to have. Huh?
Go doing. My bad.
I was just saying it's nice to have obviously the options of opting out, and I think my prediction is that he stays for this first year, then opts out after next season. I don't know why.
Yeah, dude, I don't think I could ever sign a contract with any sports team without an opt-out option.
For sure.
I can't do that. That makes no sense.
It's worth mentioning that division sucks. It really.
Yeah. What the heck, dude? His stats are gonna be insane.
Honestly, Chicago looks insane. They're a great team, but who knows how long that lasts? Detroit's up and coming, but once again, with prospects, you never really know. They could get to the majors and they all bust, and they don't have a squad. Even though we all think they have a squad, it's not proven talent. You don't know how they're going to be. Guardians are on the decline, in my opinion. I think Bieber is going to get traded at the deadline. Jose is obviously already close to being traded. That division is not set in stone, and it's probably the worst division in baseball besides the NL Central.
Is Correa
an opportunity? Correa is a division-changing player. He's a top 3 shortstop in baseball, probably top 2, maybe number 1 for most people. He can win. He's going to win you a lot of extra games, especially playing 81 games in that ballpark. If they do the right trade stuff, they could steal it from Chicago.
Is he an early MVP candidate, dark horse?
Always.
If they go to the playoffs, he wins MVP.
Yeah, I think the team success will hold him back though.
Yeah. We'll just see how it plays
out.
I
mean, Shohei just did it.
I'm referring to maybe more of
that. I mean, does Correa pitch?
I don't think.
Honestly, in my opinion, that's the only reason he won it over Vlad is because he pitches.
Oh no, I mean, I was
that's clearly what it is.
I was saying Vlad MVP last year, and I still stand by that. But that's just, I guess, I'm in the whole pitching aspect. Yeah.
All right, it's Padres time. Luke Voigt was traded to the San Diego Padres. Colton, Jed, thoughts on that?
I'm a fan of it. I mean, I obviously wish we do a little bit more, but he's a really underrated player, especially for New York. Like I think they disrespected him a lot. Like when he's actually been on the field, he's been a productive player. He's a career 867 OPS guy. He's got a ton of pop, and even when our lineup is healthy with Fernando, the weakness of our team has still been power. So having a guy like Luke Voigt was necessary either way. But once Fernando's announced being out for 3 months, we had to go get a power bat. And so I think this works. I wish we did a little bit more, but this move itself, I love it.
He's a thumper. He hits the ball far. No one on the Padres does it quite like him. Like Jet said, especially with our best power hitter out. Other than that, we don't have any guys that hit 25, 30 bombs a year. We just don't, especially in Petco. He added something that this lineup does not have and hasn't had in a long time. And he's going to be protected by guys like Cronenworth and Machado. He really could flourish. The only problem with it is, I tweeted this out, he doesn't play the outfield, and that's the Padres' biggest thing right now. He doesn't even play the field.
Yeah, unfortunately, with that move, we still have 3 outfielders on the
Hey, Cole, you know what?
Padres are the biggest losers of the offseason because he's gonna hit 30 bombs.
Hey, Colton, I heard Hosmer is ready and willing to take the left field spot.
Hosmer could literally freaking.
Oh.
So it's a nice trade. It just would have felt a lot better if they had some other signings, some other big signings.
It's not too late. It's not too late.
By himself.
I mean, who are they gonna get?
Michael Conforto.
I would like that for you a lot. Do that.
I would love it too. I mean, he's the last option. But
what about Cedric Mullins?
If we trade for Cedric, that'd be so much fun. That would be the dream right now.
Make it happen once.
Make it happen, bro.
I'll talk to some people I know. I'll make it happen.
You don't want to Eric Hosmer?
Hey, you were almost right on that Correa. He almost went to ball.
Throw in Eric Hosmer,
dude. Eric Hosmer,
bro.
Oh my god.
Just give me just pay for my flight to San Diego. I don't need a player back. That's all. Especially not Hosmer, but all right.
Oh.
All right. The next thing to talk about: Chris Bryant.
Oh god.
7-year, $183 million deal with the Colorado Rockies.
They did what?
You know what?
LOL.
Makes no sense.
Hey,
Especially considering
Chris Bryant's about to hit 40 home runs a year, though.
Bro,
that's true.
Yeah, dude.
We're about to see
go hit
2014 Chris Bryant on steroids.
and there's no opt-outs either, right?
No opt-outs.
I was about to say.
And
No
a
trade
full
clause.
no Damn.
He is
Wow.
stuck. That is his home.
As one of the biggest Bryant fans in the planet, it kills me that he's playing for division rival.
The only thing that
And
I
he'll
can
never
think
win.
of is obviously money's a factor, but I also feel like any other team interested offered him a short-term deal,
Yeah,
and he wanted a long-term deal.
I think
So
he's getting up there in age. You know, he's been in the league for a while now. I think he's ready to just settle down and finish out somewhere. He's already, what is it? He's won an MVP, he has a ring. At this point in his career, he's probably like, where can I make a lot of money and where can I try and, make my career as best as possible to maybe give him a chance at the Hall of Fame or something.
of course,
Yeah, and just home too. Denver's not a bad city at all. So
I mean, I respect it. He probably, at this point, he has a ring. Maybe winning isn't the biggest thing to him. There's other factors at that point. Family. He's like, I want to live in Colorado. Sometimes there's other factors other than winning, man.
yeah,
It's
It's
gonna kill me.
weird. It's weird.
I mean,
The Rockies just considering their situation with Arenado and Story and then bringing in Bryant for that kind of money. Just
that's
a
questionable.
little bit weird, but more than just a little bit. It's very weird considering they're especially trading Arenado for, well,
And paying
Not-
$50 million.
not enough.
Yeah.
And then keeping Story throughout the season and letting him walk and then going out and signing like a huge deal with a player who plays that same side of the infield. It's just weird.
Yeah,
it's much better than him signing with a contender or staying in San Fran. Like nobody's scared of the Rockies, so.
yeah,
I mean, he would have been cool in the Padres, but why not?
I mean, I can make fun of this all I want as a Padres fan, but the reality is, like, last year we literally went to Coors and got waxed a bunch of times. So I'm still worried about him destroying us because it's inevitably going to happen. But yeah,
Him and
I agree.
CJ Crone are just going to annihilate the Padres.
Ryan
Dodgers.
McMahon, too.
Yep. Bro, CJ Crone makes
He's
me
incredible.
so mad. Bro, he
I guess
He probably hit like 600 against us last year. That guy's incredible.
All right, final MLB news to discuss. Matt Chapman traded from the Oakland Athletics to the Toronto Blue Jays. Thoughts on that?
Well, it's
Another righty.
Remember the last time the A's shared the third baseman with the Blue Jays?
gotta say that.
In your mind.
And just remember,
Put
the
in the
man
house-
who orchestrated this was in the front office of that trade. So
put in the house on the Chapman MVP season.
yep.
Oh,
Like-
okay. I don't know about that.
I feel
I'm not big
so
on Chapman
bad. I
personally.
feel so horrible for Oakland fans. It's such a horrible cycle. It's so sad.
That's
It's
true.
So sad.
If he goes on to have like a 35 bomb season, that'd be incredible.
Bro,
that's,
they
I
gotta
think Olsen's
relocate.
gonna have like a 40 bomb season, and they're gonna. It's just Oakland.
bro, relocating is gonna make me feel even worse for the A's.
Yeah, right.
And the
Yeah,
A's
but-
have a good fan base. Those fans are solid up there.
Bro, they lost the
Mhm.
Raiders.
They
They
lost
lost,
the
the
Raiders, yeah.
Warriors.
They
Those
just
are
go to
the-
Vegas. Join the Raiders again in Vegas.
It's not even about that, bro. Those fans, it's
They've
different.
They've
It's
had
different.
their hearts ripped out with all these players they've been attached to, and they just get all traded. Like every 6 seasons, they have a big player that just gets traded. Obviously Donaldson with that. And obviously this offseason, Olsen and Chapman. Who was the third one who left? Bassett as well.
They're about to trade Mania and
Yeah.
Montas. So
And the way they're going, their best player on the roster is Elvis Andrus, who's 56 years old and can't run.
hey man, Laureano just needs to
Yeah.
shoot it up a couple more times and we're good.
He said 56.
Oh my god.
This obviously for Toronto's rotation's nasty. Toronto's team is really good. I like Toronto a lot. It's amazing. I think they're gonna finish first in the division.
They're probably going to be a heavy favorite to come out of the American League.
Good luck.
Probably second. Definitely not first.
Oh yeah,
Who's out of them?
Baltimore.
Baltimore.
Oh my god.
You really asked that question?
It was always Mancini MVP. It was always that.
It was always Baltimore.
Hey, good luck if
It's
you're a
always
lefty
Baltimore.
starter trying to face this team in the playoffs.
Mhm.
Good luck.
Look, trying to be a pitcher.
Bro, even if a pitcher in general, bro. That
Yeah, but
lineup
I'm just saying.
Imagine having to face that lineup 20 times a year. Jesus Christ, that's awful.
That's fair.
It's like, I just got Chapman out. Oh, Vladdy. Oh, damn it.
freaking Bo, Grichuk, Gurriel.
You see the other guys?
Is Teoscar back?
Hey, Oscar, yeah.
Oh,
Oscar.
Bo.
Yeah.
50 home run.
Bo
power.
Bichette.
Boba Fett.
Oh my-
Boba Fett.
Alejandro
Boba-
Kirk.
Alejandro Kirk. Yes, sir. Captain Kirk.
Not one of you,
All right.
Um,
Transitioning into the NFL, let's start with Russell Wilson.
though.
Russell Wilson was traded from the Seattle Seahawks to the Denver Broncos. Huge package. I don't have the details on me right now, but maybe one of you guys do. But let's just talk about this trade.
Well, we can
Okay,
obviously
thoughts on
let 3 AFC West fans go carry this one.
I'm
It was-
just gonna let all the Broncos
Yeah.
fans know we are not here to be friendly. I'm just putting that out there.
We are not scared.
Yeah, okay. Well, so it's at the end of the day, it's still Russell Wilson. Okay, that my thing is everyone's kind of just like, oh, Broncos are gonna be the favorite. Oh, Broncos are gonna do this, do that. But I mean, I just haven't seen much from the team as a whole over the past couple years to say that they're ready. I know everybody's been like, oh, they're a quarterback away, and now they have the quarterback, but the supporting cast that Russell Wilson had yes, he was injured last year. I guess you can use that excuse. But that supporting cast was way better than what he has now. And they won 3 games? 4 games?
I think with him, it was probably 3 or 4, yeah.
We also have a rookie head coach who has no
That's another thing, too.
I know he's gonna do as a head coach. Head coaches fail more than they succeed nowadays.
And they dealt with injuries on the defense last year, but their secondary with Simmons, Sertan was good, don't get me wrong, but they were still they left a lot to be desired, in my opinion, with how much they've been hyped up by Broncos fans. So, I don't know.
I think their window's small. He's aging. He's only getting worse, I think. I don't know. I think you have a couple of years of good rest, and after that, he's gonna fall.
I think there's a whoa. What is that echo?
I think
You
it's
see that?
For just a little bit.
Yeah,
you're
it's
good
Okay. I think there's a much bigger gap than people realize between if they had Rodgers compared to when they have Wilson. I think if they have Rodgers, I'm ready to put them as a contender. But with Wilson, I don't see that. He's a great quarterback, but I don't see him as a contender.
That's
I see him
fair.
as 3rd or 4th in the division.
That's fair, but then again, if they were to have traded what they traded for Wilson for Rodgers, you're only getting like 2 more years of Rodgers. So
Well, yeah, I'm talking short term. I don't mean long.
2 years of the best quarterback ever.
that's true. Your window is really small at that point, but I don't know.
But You could put Rodgers in Houston right now and they're a playoff team, man.
Oh, I don't know about. Oh,
I think it's very close.
I think him and Cooks is gonna go for 2,000 yards, man. I don't.
well, we'll see what happens with Alan Lazard as wide receiver 1 now.
Don't disrespect Davis Mills like that. Like,
Hey
come on.
man, hey, Davis Mills is gonna lead them to the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying, Nick. I'm glad we're on the same page.
It was about how Seattle is setting themselves up though to be great in the future. I think I said they can build. They get a quarterback. They build around Penny, DK, Noah Fant. They have a good O line. They're getting a better O line. They have a lot of draft picks now.
They seem to
Much needed draft picks.
This rebuild could be over quicker than people think.
they seem very eager to give Drew Lock a chance with, a good supporting cast and a veteran head coach. So I don't know. Maybe we'll see the best of Drew Lock in Seattle.
I hope so. That'd be pretty cool.
I don't know, man.
You got a lot of hate, but along with a lot of love. I don't know why, but it'd be cool to see him succeed.
I've always been.
All right. Any other thoughts on Wilson before we move on?
Good trade. That too. It's an important trade. It's a very big trade. I personally I don't know. It doesn't do much for me, to be honest.
I think people think he's gonna come in and do what Peyton did, and
I
wouldn't expect that.
Yeah, I agree with that. I definitely expect that.
It's no chance. All right, a little bit smaller trade. Robert Woods traded from the Rams to the Titans. Thoughts on this?
Does anyone know when he'll be fully back? I don't remember.
Yeah, that matters a lot.
He should be good to go. I mean, when did he tear his ACL?
October. That sounds right, but it might not be. And it was just a 6th round pick headed back, so that's also important to know.
Next year's draft, not even this year's draft.
Oh, next year. Oh, okay.
Yeah, 2023.
It has.
Well, that's
Just because
nice.
I feel like he might not be ready because Robert Woods is worth way more than a 6th round.
The Rams also couldn't afford his contract. But
the Rams can afford anything. The LA teams and all sports don't. The money does not apply to them.
Well, clearly it does that they traded one of their better receivers.
They could have kept him, and nothing would have happened.
I mean, to be fair, they're put
think about who they got.
He tore it in November.
Okay.
He might miss.
He might miss the first month because it's basically a 9-month injury at this point. It's nice for Tennessee. Obviously, they released Julio. They have AJ, and then nobody else. So it's nice to get someone who, once he is healthy and playing, will be nice. Nice number 2. Then again, Henry's gonna probably get 40 carries every game, so it won't matter that much. But it's nice to have another guy.
Call me crazy, but it almost seems like Tannehill performs better when he has a bunch of no names at receiver.
He was
last
throwing
year
a lot to Westbrook, Akina, and he was there was success there.
Oh, and they got Austin Hooper.
That's true.
Yeah, but
it's just a matter of how much longer Tannehill can sustain this level. He's nothing crazy, but he's gotten the job done.
He's enough.
How much longer can he do it?
And he's been doing that since Miami. He wasn't great. He wasn't as good in Miami, but they were still a playoff team a few times or at least once. I know they got the 6th seed and got blown up by Pittsburgh or something. I don't know.
The most slightly above average quarterback ever.
All right, staying with the Rams and receivers. This time, somebody they got. Allen Robinson is finally free from Chicago. He is teaming up with Cooper Kupp in LA. This is going to be a great duo with Stafford as well. 3 years, $46 million deal. Thoughts on this?
Finally playing with a good quarterback. I love it.
That's why he's a top 15 wide receiver, man.
He hasn't played with a good quarterback since
ever.
Well, not even in college either. Because
Penn State didn't have anyone.
So yeah, it's nice to have a good quarterback who's now locked in for 4 years, which I guess we can touch on just kind of because it's related. I think it was 4 for 160 extension, which is obviously nice for the Rams. Obviously, Kupp and Robinson is crazy. Robinson hopefully can return to his 2018, one of those years.
Anything before last year.
Anything before the
Right,
Bears,
basically.
to be honest. I mean, like
I think
he had what?
He had a good year.
He had a
before
good
Fields.
with Trubisky, but
If they're able to get a healthy Odell back this year, that'll be one crazy offense.
I don't think they're gonna resign him.
I don't even need him.
Odell's not under contract, right?
Yeah, no, I'm saying if they're able to get him and get him back.
He don't want to come back though.
Yeah, and they have Van Jefferson.
Is Van Jefferson still there?
Yeah. He's still there.
Van Jefferson's more than enough.
Yeah.
I think he's talented.
They got their receiver room set.
All right, well, never mind. Any other thoughts on Robinson before we move on? All right.
Good player adding to an already insane team.
They're mid.
Happy for him.
Let's just stay with the Rams. They lost another player in Von Miller. He signed a 6-year, $120 million deal with the Buffalo Bills. Adding to that defense, let's get everyone's thoughts on this. Jet, let's start with you. Let's start with Jet.
What? 6 years for Von Miller? I did
What
not
is he,
see that
33?
coming. What?
He's 33 now?
I think he's 32. I think he'll be 33 by the time the season starts. Or I think I might be wrong, but at least 32.
32. He's 32.
Yeah, I don't.
He's 32, but he turns 33 in 6 days.
Yeah, so that's
that's
good.
So he'll
Until
be
he's
playing. He's 33, 34, 35. Yeah. Jeez.
No, he's still.
6 for 120. That's.
Good math, dude. I'm proud of you.
I don't know.
Thanks.
I get the feeling like right now he's still fairly good, but I just get the feeling that his drop off is coming and it's going to come
There
soon.
is no way they had to give it that to him because other teams were offering that. I cannot.
That's what I'm saying.
I feel like they wanted to make sure they got him for the last of his prime, so they said, "Screw it, we'll overpay so they can win now."
Good for Von Miller's agent.
6 years is ridiculous, but yeah, I agree with what you're saying, Colton.
They just had to add that last year to make sure they got him for his next 3. Because there was no
Dude.
way. There was other teams saying, "Yeah, we're gonna give Vonnie B. Vashawn Miller 6 years deal." Like what? He's 33 and he hasn't even been that elite pass rusher. He's still great, but he wasn't Super Bowl MVP, Von.
Yeah, that contract is not going to age well. Buffalo needs to win soon because that's
And he was
crazy.
also.
I think if they win one in the next couple years, it's all worth it.
Yeah, you can't
It's
say
gonna
anything.
be hard. It's gonna be hard to win one of them, bro. The AFC is just
The AFC race the last few years has been insane, and
And
now
it's
it's
just
just
got
so
even-
much better
Jesus.
with, like, again, Denver getting a quarterback, the Raiders making a few moves, Buffalo adding on,
Crazy.
the Bengals are here now, the Browns are making
Chiefs-
moves.
Chiefs still being the Chiefs. I mean, it's
Mitchell Trubisky in Pittsburgh.
bro.
Exactly,
bro.
exactly. Pittsburgh finally a good QB after all these decades of not having one. It's just
It's crazy.
it's chaos in the AFC.
And going back to Miller, obviously he was playing off the edge with help of Donald and Floyd and
That's it.
whatever. I mean, now he doesn't have the type of protection or I guess help in Buffalo. I mean, they have Rousseau, but they have Shaq Lawson. It's not Aaron Donald under Floyd.
Epinenza.
Ebenezer, yeah. But
There's a reason
still,
I
it's
didn't-
it's
there's a
not
reason I didn't
yeah.
name him.
it's not Aaron Donald and it's not Larry.
But with Vaughn, he's gonna make those younger guys develop.
Yeah, it's
Those
okay.
guys-
It's possible, yeah.
Rousseau
That-
is only going to be in his second year. Rousseau still has time to turn into something insane.
I think he's gonna have playing next to Vaughn. He'll probably have 7.5 sacks. That's my prediction, and people are gonna start thinking he's crazy, even though it's most of that. So I don't know what he had this year. I'm assuming it's not 7.5, but then again, I don't know. But it's gonna be mainly just due to Vaughn. But it'll be beneficial for the whole defense for sure.
All right, let's go to Vegas. Spice things up a bit. The Las Vegas Raiders traded for one of the best receivers in the league, if not the best, Devontae Adams. Mike switching the hat. Mike, Jet, start us off here and your thoughts.
Dude, I was literally, it was incredible. When I saw that, I did not believe it at first. There's no way that happened. He's one of my favorite players in the league. I mean, there's no doubt that he's going to change our offense and change the complexion of the division from what it was prior to that trade. It's incredible, dude. I have no words.
So
Mike?
he's the best receiver the Raiders have had since Tim Brown?
Crabtree.
Michael Crabtree. That's what I was
Bro,
gonna say.
no. I mean, he's just so many levels above Crabtree and Cooper. It's
The best receiver
unbelievable.
of the last 5 years.
And yeah, I mean, to add him to Renfro, Waller, I mean, Jacobs was banged up last season. Hopefully, he can have a bounce back year. Easily top 10 offense, in my opinion. They were already kind of trending in that direction last year. They might have ended in the top 10, but the red zone offense is going to get better. Just everything as a whole in that offense is going to be better overall just with him lining up.
Yeah.
It's gonna be so awesome. I can't wait to watch these guys. I don't know. Devontae Adams and Hunter Renfrow is my completely unbiased top receiver duo in the league. Completely unbiased. Nah, but they're gonna be awesome. I can't wait.
Not only did the Raiders make moves on offense, they made moves on defense as well. They signed Chandler Jones to a 3-year, $51 million deal. Thoughts on that?
So sick. I love that.
When that report came out, everybody was like, all right, cool. Him and Ngakoue and Crosby are going to have this great rotation. 30 seconds later, Schefter bomb. The Raiders traded Unique Ngakoue to the Colts for Rock Ya-Sin. Straight up, just player for player. And you get a good emerging corner to go along with Chandler Jones and Max Crosby. The defense, so the Raiders' defense last year wasn't even top 20, and it was a major improvement from 2020, 2019. This defense has been in shambles for a while. And I'm not saying they're going to come in and instantly be top 10, but they're going to be better than what they were. Chandler Jones is a guy who's going to get to the quarterback and get the ball out. Crosby's going to learn from that, hopefully. He can get to the quarterback. He just needs to learn how to get the ball out. The contract the Raiders gave Chandler Jones is what I thought the Bills should have given Von Miller. I'll say that.
I would agree with that. My favorite part. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. You're good.
I would say my favorite part of this acquisition is the versatility with the personnel now with the Raiders defense. Just overall, you can run anything with these guys. Like you can go any formation and it'll work out with this group. I love it.
Some of these pass rush duos in this league now are freaking nuts. I'm so excited to watch these.
Just in one division.
Just within the division, yeah.
Yeah, just in this divition.
Frank Clark, Chris Jones, dirty. Dirty.
That's the worst one.
That's dirty.
Let's stay in the AFC. Oh, go ahead, Dylan.
Denver's is definitely the worst of the division.
God, no. Frank Clark's probably the worst player.
Bro,
that's true, but Chris Jones outweighs Chubb and Gregory.
An edge rusher.
Yeah,
he's a pass rusher.
He's
mid. All right,
He's mid. There you
go.
Go ahead.
Let's stay with AFC West pass rushers. The Los Angeles Chargers trading for Khalil Mack. He's now teamed up with Joey Bosa on that D-line. Colin, go ahead.
All right.
The exact thing the Chargers needed. The Chargers' biggest problem last year was they can't stop the run, and they got an elite pass rusher who is one of the best at stopping the run. He's on both levels of the game. As far as like true edge rushers, not many stop the run better than Khalil. Then you have Joey right there. You signed Sebastian Joseph Day. That D-line is dirty now. Sebastian Joseph Day eat up blocks in the middle. You're going to create a lot of one-on-ones for Bosa and Mac. And giving Bosa and Mac one-on-ones is not smart because they are going to win it a lot of the time. You don't know who to target. Whichever one you target, the other one's going to go off. I've been saying it in this league. It's a quarterback and an edge rusher league. You need to have an elite edge rusher, and you need to have a quarterback. Chargers have 2 elite edge rushers now, along with the Raiders, 2 elite edge rushers, and then I'll give Broncos some. I'm a big Bradley Chubb guy. In that division with those quarterbacks, you got to have guys to get to the quarterback, and the Chargers knew that. They addressed that, and they also addressed the other facet of the game they needed to work on, stopping the run. It was a perfect fit. They didn't give up a second-round pick. I'm totally fine giving that up for someone of this caliber.
Yeah, the only real hole on that roster is linebacker. Other than that, you've got
Yeah, because you're white.
Star
Still out
players.
agency. I'm hoping they re-sign Kazir because he's talented. Other than that, it's just, I mean, God, Kenneth Murray sucks as a Chargers fan. I think most Chargers fans would agree with me. Kenneth Murray's dog water.
yeah. So
You just got to admit that draft pick sucked and move on, man.
I hope these QBs are able to take it all throughout the season. Like, it would suck to see this type
what
of
if
division.
all,
And
bro? What if all the
a
quarterbacks
QB goes down. It's just that's so stupid. It's football, and obviously injuries are going to happen. I just hope it doesn't have too much of an impact, but we'll see.
Colton is on the Jordan Davis train. I'm also on the Jordan Davis train with
Make it happen.
Chargers. That would be huge.
Make it happen.
With him and
Joseph Day in the middle.
That's
Make it
insane.
happen.
Again, linebackers still concerned. You don't even need linebackers when you have that type of
I don't even care.
D-line.
No one's gonna get
That
past
would be
if he's there.
that would be amazing.
All right, staying with the Chargers. They also signed cornerback J.C. Jackson to a 5-year, $85 million deal. Colin, you can continue with this one.
This was much needed, especially after the Raiders got the best wide receiver in football.
Well, that happened before, but yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's like it's even better that we did that because if we didn't get him, there's no one on our staff that could cover Devontae. There's no one on our staff that can cover Tyreek. I mean, maybe not even be able to cover Judy before we got him. The Chargers needed that boundary corner that was going to be elite. We have him, Michael Davis. I'm a big Michael Davis fan. Most Charger fans are. Asante Samuel's in the second year. Flashed a lot last year. Son of a Hall of Famer. He with J.C. Jackson mentoring him, Asante could develop into something crazy. I know Jet is a big fan of Asante. You know, we got 3 guys that are really talented, but we got a true number 1 corner, which is something the Chargers lacked for a while. We've had Casey. Casey's older. Chris Harris Jr. last year was awful. Hope we don't get him back. You still got Derwin James out there in the secondary, but you have a true number 1 corner that can lock down his side of the field. With the quarterback and wide receiver talent in this division, that's another aspect of the game they had to address, and they went out and did it.
Real quick,
Yeah,
speaking of Casey Hayward, I don't know, probably not going to touch on it too much because it's not like a huge signing, but him signing with the Falcons is great because he can mentor Terrell, obviously, and he was so good last year with Las Vegas, and I'm glad to see that him and Terrell are going to be a great duo. They're going to be the number 1 corner duo in the league. That's exactly what I'm saying. On the Falcons defense, yes.
Hey, Jay, you want to, kick this guy from?
You're allowed to kick
I think this man forgot about All-Pro Marlowe and MP Juice, man.
Yeah, burnt toast.
They're running it back, Dylan. When they're healthy, nobody's passing on that team.
Okay.
I am so happy the Ravens don't have to play the Raiders, Chiefs, or Chargers this year, dude. That would be
nice.
That would be bad.
No, what I say. But I haven't.
We get Denver. Let's go, baby.
Also,
10-win teams.
Are we towards the end of the NFL list, or
What was that?
are we towards the end of the NFL free agents?
Yeah.
We still got Watson.
Oh yeah, we have.
Yeah, 2 more. Just 2 more.
I want to get. Are you guys getting Chandler or Devontae jersey?
I'm gonna be honest, I might want to.
Okay,
let's
probably
continue.
both at some point, but
Let's get focused here.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
What are you gonna say, Mike?
No, you're good. You're good.
Oh, yeah, we got 2 more.
Yeah.
All right, let's switch over to quarterbacks. 2 quarterbacks. Let's start with Carson Wentz being traded from the Colts to the Washington Commanders.
Is there
Thoughts
really
on that?
much to say here? I mean, honestly, they probably downgraded.
Jeez.
I wouldn't go that far, bro.
Am I wrong? I'm wrong.
Out of all the options they had,
I was gonna make a joke, but never mind.
your quarterback has been your biggest need for years now,
And that's what
and you go
And you
find a
downgrade.
quarterback, and you pick Carson Wentz
And you downgrade
in a year.
like
In a
Jimmy.
year where Rodgers is on the market, Wilson's on the market, all these players are on the market, Jimmy G,
Jameis
you pick-
Winston.
and you pick Carson Wentz.
I mean, okay.
It defines Washington sports, especially the football team, the Commanders. It's ridiculous.
You also okay. The only reason I might give them the benefit of the doubt is the fact that Wilson probably doesn't want to play there. Rodgers doesn't. Who would want to?
Nobody wants.
Nobody
No,
wants
they
to go
don't.
play there after what's been happening with them.
But at that point, I don't think you go after Wentz. I think you either get a stud or you just draft. I don't know.
I agree with that.
Watson's on the market.
Watson probably don't want. You know what? If you,
He would.
Oh, yeah,
maybe that might be.
I'm tripping.
he
I'm
might
tripping.
fit in.
I'm tripping.
You know what? You're right, Colton. He might fit in.
That'd be a deadly combo.
Hey man, they just got to show him a couple, massage places. He might be.
The women in Maryland are going to be scared, but it's going to okay.
Maryland doesn't have any. Never mind.
So,
You're tripping. Go to Maryland.
Yeah.
Go to Maryland.
Yeah.
Go to Maryland.
Okay, let's move on, bro.
But yeah, so I think Wentz, that field is cursed that the Commanders are playing on their home games, and Wentz is like very injury prone and stuff. So that does not sound like a good combination. But at like surface level, it's fine, but it's just kind of it doesn't really change anything for
I
think
that team.
exactly. That if you're in a division like that where it's not a good division and it is open, you have to do something more to try and put you over the top 2 in that division. Because I don't think Dallas is a lock.
That wasn't.
Philadelphia is.
They're not. Nobody's ever locking that division.
The only
I
thing
go 0-17 next year.
on it, but you say that, Colton, but it's like Wentz isn't. I don't know. He's not a division winner for me.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Is that
You're saying
I'm
you guys
saying
should
they
have
should
done
have
something more.
done more.
Yeah.
Because they're in a division where if they got a good quarterback, that would put them over the top, and they end up with Wentz, who's already been in that division and is mediocre.
All right. Well, so Colton, would you?
I think Jimmy G's a way better thing, and then Jimmy G probably make them division favorites.
So saying all this, if you were the Commanders,
I go out and sign Jameis Winston to make them compete.
Okay. I was gonna say, would you include Chase Young in a trade for Deshaun Watson or Russell Wilson?
No, I would just
Absolutely not.
go with Jameis because, like I said, then you have no edge rusher, and
Yeah.
I think Chase Young still is one of the best prospects. I still going with prospect because he's been hurt. He could very well end up being a top 3 edge rusher by the end of this year.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I only asked that because of all the rumors behind. Oh, they're willing to trade.
I think you could. I think they could have just traded draft picks and kind of just worked on it, but there's guys that are B and C tier quarterbacks that are
honestly. I would have just signed Mariota, to be honest.
Mariota, Winston. I mean, there's guys.
All right.
If Carson can't win with that O-line and that running game and that offense, then he's not going to win in Washington.
Yeah, exactly. Our final piece of news, there were reportedly 4 teams trying to trade for Deshaun Watson. The Browns, Falcons, Panthers, and Saints. Is that accurate?
Yeah.
The Browns were apparently out of the running at one point, and then news broke that he lifted his no-trade clause to be traded to the Cleveland Browns and then signed a 5-year, $230 million deal with the Browns. Is all this is accurate?
Yep.
Okay. So 5-year, $230 million deal, Deshaun Watson to the Browns. Thoughts?
fully guaranteed.
Yeah.
But they have that thing in the contract with the first year cap hit is $1 million in case he gets suspended or sent to jail, that whole thing. But still 5 years, 230, which is absolutely insane.
Yeah. So
especially considering.
Dylan, elaborate on that briefly. Don't just go ahead and share that again. The $1 million thing.
Oh well, yeah. I don't know if someone else would be better suited to do this because I kind of just glimpsed over it. But the cap hit that it will cost Cleveland to have him is $1 million for the first year because they're expecting, or at least bracing for, some level of suspension or some sort of punishment for his legal situation, which is still ongoing, even though some people kind of think it's not, but it's still happening. But yeah, that's what the $1 million thing is. Nobody else would have done that. Obviously, apparently, there was in the hours leading up to it and the night before, there was reports about, he's pretty likely to go to the Falcons, that whole thing. Falcons weren't giving him 5 years, $230 million guarantee. They just weren't. And apparently, again, when after the Browns were out during the days or the Falcons and the Saints, whatever, there's all this type of trade stuff about including players, and the Browns just included just picks, which is interesting, I guess. But now Watson. And apparently, Fournette and Landry would have signed with Atlanta if Watson came, which is interesting. But now Watson's in Cleveland. Interesting. What's going to happen with Baker, obviously. But I mean, yeah, I like it for him because he got his money and he is playing where he wants to play, and that's with Kareem Hunt.
I was gonna say that too. Oh my gosh.
All right, we have 7:40 left, so let's
Hold on.
yeah.
The Tim Couch quarterback curse.
Well, this is the last NFL one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
but
either way, there's
so
going to be another call.
No, there's not a lot of questions. I don't.
No, but we should do.
We can fit in. If I'm
I'm
just
not
saying.
gonna lie, I
No,
kind of
let's
wanted to
not
take this
force
time
to do
to. I know this might sound biased, but I kind of wanted to talk more about the Devontae Adams from the Packers side.
Yeah, man, go for it.
Also the Raiders
I
side.
want to talk about sexual assault, and it's a real problem.
Oh,
I want
okay.
to-
Anyway, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Who do you guys blame with this whole Devontae Adams situation?
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers too. I mean, I don't know. Like, reports were saying that he knew Devontae would have been gone, but like,
How do you
how greedy do you have to be to
how
let?
do you not want to play with Aaron Rodgers?
That's another thing.
Yeah, but he
too.
and the organization clearly had problems. though.
Yeah, they
Espe-
definitely-
Especially after what he's done with Aaron Rodgers. How do you give that up?
What has he done with Aaron Rodgers?
Been the best receiver in football and has set himself on a way to be one of the best receivers of all time and then the Hall of Fame.
So okay, but he's also lost how many straight NFC championships? I mean, I'm not saying he's going to
Now
go
he's
and win
going
the
to a
Super
team
Bowl.
that has to do with Patrick Mahomes. I mean,
No, okay, I realize, but you also got to think of the just human in general. Derek Carr's a better human than Aaron Rodgers is. Let's just be honest. From what we hear and what we've seen, let's be honest.
Quarterback.
I don't think it matters to Devontae. I mean, if
I think there's a lot of, I don't want to say drama because there's a lot of drama in Vegas too, but there's a lot more drama surrounding Rodgers. Like he is the center of attention always, no matter how good Devontae's going to be, no matter how good that team is. It was all about Rodgers the entire year. He didn't want to be around that. He's going to play with his best friend from college, reuniting, and Derek Carr. I don't know.
and then
I see what Mike's saying.
And then if Devontae goes and signs a 5-year deal, who's to say Rodgers doesn't retire after this season?
I was just
I
saying.
mean, all the uncertainty surrounding
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers probably was just too much for Devontae. I mean, it's
Yeah, there's a lot of crap going on over there he don't want to be a part of.
all right.
Are we done with Watson, or was there more
Yeah, I was
thoughts
gonna
on that?
say going back to Watson. I know this is kind of all over the place, but I just want to say it is not okay to give him that amount of money, in my opinion. I really, it's just horrible. Like there are how many? Is it 22 women?
And then not only that, but I guess the Browns didn't even talk to the attorneys or the attorney of the women. So they
Should have given him 22 million.
don't even have that side of the story. I mean, it's just,
Yeah, they-
but
it's
if
not
he
okay.
That
ended
was
it's a
I
bad
am-
look on Cleveland.
I am praying this goes. I don't know what's the
Yeah,
word. I am praying on
I
the.
don't know if you want
I am praying on the Browns' downfall.
Oh my
I'm
God.
praying on the Browns'
How
downfall.
can you
If this
pray-
backfires on them,
How can
if
you
this
pray on a
backfires
team's
on Cleveland,
downfall?
bro,
that's not the best way to put it.
How can you pray on a team's downfall when the team is literally
you know what I mean, though. I'm praying on this
Yeah,
situation's
yeah.
downfall.
Like,
Like, I'm praying it doesn't work out. That's what I'm
The other
saying.
day, he gets through. The Browns have a top 5 quarterback around one of the best rosters in football.
he really could go to jail tomorrow and still bag $230 million.
I don't think that's how it works.
It's the 1 million.
There's
Dylan talked about
definitely-
that for 4 minutes.
And even
No, but-
before next
so,
year, there's
like-
some sort of void. There's got to be some sort of void, given what's
There's
going on.
absolutely
so-
a void. Of course, there's a void.
Yeah, that's definitely
I mean,
negligent by
Luke
Cleveland.
Boyd.
Hey man, the Raiders signed down out of the Henry Ruggs salary. So
Back to baseball.
You
The
never
punters.
also, I saw this question asked like on the media. It was like, what if Deshaun Watson just comes back and he sucks? Like,
I mean,
what
he
if
hasn't played.
just not good anymore?
He hasn't
That would
played,
be
and
awesome.
it's-
That's what I'm saying.
There's a
Like,
lot
that
of-
would be awesome.
there's a lot
I
of
want to see Watson
possibilities,
succeed, but I don't want to see the Browns succeed. I don't care about the
Bro.
Browns.
Yeah, same.
What did they do? They've sucked. It's your
They're just
fault.
the
Yeah.
Browns. They're just
What are
they're
they-
not
how
supposed to be
are they
good.
right?
You said
It's
you
so
said you wanted,
it's so
you said you wanted
fun
to
to
see
make fun of
Watson
them.
succeed if he potentially sexually assaulted 22 females. That's not.
Yeah.
I'm not rooting for him to succeed.
Allegedly.
I'm
If
not
he,
I don't get.
If
Well, it
there's
doesn't matter though.
some-
Sexual assault's one of like the hardest crimes to prove true. Like even if he's proven
Right.
innocent, he could still be a terrible human being for all we know.
Yeah.
It could have happened.
So
Like
this
it just
means
wasn't
Dallas-
proven.
this is
He should have gone to
Dallas,
Pittsburgh
right?
to fulfill Big Ben's shoes, but
well, now he's in
All in.
Cleveland, so then Browns fans can't make that Big Ben joke anymore. So,
yeah,
No, they can't.
that's pretty fun.
Big Ben did it for sure.
We still
Well,
can in
I mean-
Baltimore.
well, so did Watson. So, well, again.
What did you
see.
say, Nick?
I said we still can in Baltimore. F Big Ben.
Talk about Joe Shiesty. What a nice young man.
Honestly,
Nothing
honestly,
wrong with Joe. Nothing wrong with Joe. Look at him. So inspirational, man.
you look at the Steelers. They're a mess at quarterback. You look at the
Hey,
Browns. They're
hey.
also a
What
mess.
do you mean they have Mitch Trubisky?
MVP.
The Ravens don't even have a
Wait,
quarterback.
What is Lamar Odom?
What?
Unanimous MVP. Doesn't count.
Did you know what I just said the Ravens don't even have a quarterback, and then and then we look at the Bengals and it's Joe Burrow.
Hello? Did you see Tyler Huntley last year? With that
Going
roster?
back,
Yeah, I saw him go 0-8.
Impressive.
okay. Going back to Watson, obviously, well, not obviously, but my opinion, definitely negligence by Andrew Berry and whoever else is in Cleveland's like front office
Yeah.
to not at least
That's an
reach out to
understatement.
and find out the defense attorney's his thoughts, and because he said something about like based on what we know or what my team knows, whatever, something's going to happen, and that's not going to be positive for Watson. So I think they definitely should have found out what was going on with that, but they didn't. Now he's on their team.
Yeah, that's just
To be
Now
honest,
it's just waiting.
Cleveland.
Now it's just
Not a good
it's
look.
just
I
waiting to see
really
what
don't
happens.
expect him to be suspended just because it's the NFL. I'm not gonna lie.
I think he'll be suspended, but it'll be like 6 games.
I don't know.
But
Do they keep
Gambling.
gambling for that 6 games, you think?
gambling's a year. Assault
Do
and
they keep
domestic
who?
abuse and stuff's like 4
Baker.
games, which is
I'm
Hey.
trading Baker.
Free
Baker wants out.
Ridley. Free Ridley.
Baker's going to Indy for a 4th round pick
That's what I was
in
saying.
next year's draft and the following year's draft. That's what's going on.
All right, heading into our third and final segment, follower questions. There's not a ton to answer, but let's start with just the first one. Is Trey Lance going to have a breakout season that the 49ers want him to have?
If he even plays.
What is a breakout season considered for someone who hardly played?
Is he going to have a good season?
Yeah.
That's what they're asking.
Yeah, it's.
I think he will be at the end of the season consensus between every website in the world. He'll be ranked number 18 in quarterback rankings.
That'd be all right. Yeah, I mean, that's
fair.
probably more likely than anything.
I think he'll have slightly better numbers than Jimmy G.
Where's he ranking on your all-time South Dakota, North Dakota, whoever it was, state university quarterbacks list?
I guess like he's probably top 5 if I had to guess. He's definitely behind. He's definitely behind Easton Stick. Definitely behind Wentz. Forgot who the current quarterback is. I'm blanking. He's probably 4. Yeah.
All right. Any other thoughts on this?
No.
There's a lot of like non-sports related questions in here, so we'll get to some of those. What is your follower goal by the end of the year? For me personally, I don't necessarily have a specific goal this year because it was always 10K, 1K, things like that. So we're at 12K right now. It's
20K.
March, so 9 months left. And I hope to get it to at least like 20, 25K, but we'll see.
Much as possible.
96.
Yeah.
Really. Nick, you need to start commenting again.
Yeah. Anyway.
I think the goal is my 18.7.
Well, I don't really have a specific follower goal like for
Yeah,
goals.
I'm just-
It's more just like it'd be cool to see hit 100K, it'd be cool to see hit
Yeah.
1 million and things like that. But there's no like set goal. Like by the end of the year, I want to be at this. So that's where I'm at for that. Do you believe in Greek mythology?
Yes, 100%. That's all. That's
Sure.
What are
Of course-
these are
of
some
course, Cole.
interesting questions.
That's my
Bro,
thing.
of course Cole was the first one to pop up. Yes,
That's my thing. Hell yes. Give me all that. I love all that stuff.
What's your favorite food? I'll start. I'm pretty basic. I'm gonna go with chicken.
Ooh, In-N-Out?
Like
Ooh.
all kinds of Chick-fil-A, Popeye, chicken, fried chicken.
Dylan,
all
what's your
of it.
favorite?
Fried rice.
That's my fried rice, noodles, that kind of thing. That's my birthday dinner every year. So
Nice.
it's a tradition. Oh, speaking of, my birthday is on the Friday, the 25th. So this will be the last podcast.
Do not care.
Hey,
So
Dylan,
everyone who
Dylan.
sees
I
this,
don't think anybody asked.
everyone who sees this, send money to
Okay.
me.
Hey, Dylan, are you 18 yet?
Hey,
We're let out, Jet,
You
we're let
can't say that.
My favorite food is salt and pepper wings or ramen.
Ooh. I'm gonna go with any type of pasta, to be honest.
I'm a big taco guy, especially here in SoCal with all the options we got. Love it.
Taco Bell? Yeah.
You said Taco Bell.
He was in San Diego and he said Taco Bell.
Cheesy gordita crunch.
Shut up.
What city do you want to live in?
What? Dude, this is
Vegas,
such.
baby. Vegas.
It was always Vegas.
It was always fake. Hey, Nick, you're kind of roboting.
A little bit. It's okay. It's happened a couple times. It's fun.
Mine's Seattle.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, it was a good one.
I think
It was always Vegas,
depends
though.
on what stage of my life. I think for the prime, I'll go Vegas.
Yeah, that's dope.
Seattle.
For like the middle-aged white guy area, I'll go San Diego. And then as things start to wind down, me and Colton are gonna get a lake house in like Michigan.
Wow, fresh and light.
Ooh, actually, no, I changed my answer. Torch Lake, Michigan, most beautiful place on earth.
You gotta go to Florida. That's where all the old people are.
I've been there.
Oh, I'm never
Like live, not just
I
be.
can guarantee you, Florida is like the only state that I will never live in.
As someone who has been to Florida multiple times per year for his entire life, it's pretty nice.
I can. Oh, it does definitely miss parts, but I can't even say Bama because I might go to maybe I go to Auburn or something. I don't know. But Florida's the only state I can guarantee you I just will never live in.
Fair.
All right.
Are the Red Sox a dark horse to win it all this season?
With Story, sure. I'd say so.
Sure, yeah.
They need a
yes.
lot of pitching help, but I would say yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Sale's going to be okay eventually, right? He's not like long term, right?
Eventually, but
That's just for like a month, no?
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought it was like an April thing.
Well, what was the question? Do they need pitching?
no, are
Are
they
they gonna be
dark horse?
to win it all?
Dark horse to win the World Series.
Yeah. I'd say they're not a favorite.
Yeah,
I'd say there's probably
I think
6,
it's-
7
I'd say that's exactly where I'd have them. Dark
I
horse
think it's
World
very
Series
fair to say
contender.
A dark horse. Yeah.
playoff team with a good chance to be dark horses in the playoffs.
Yeah. Are the Blue Jays a dark horse?
No, Blue Jays.
Are
should-
they
They're-
a favorite?
They're a
One of the
favorite.
favorites
Yeah.
for sure.
If they're not second, they're third.
You should be
Agreed.
first.
You can even make an argument for first.
That roster is incredible.
No,
What do you mean no?
Padres.
It
Oh, I thought we were talking-
was always Slam Diego.
I thought we were talking ALs.
Yeah, I thought we were talking. Yeah.
Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
The bridge.
It's so deep. Oh my god.
Oh.
It's
5 years. What
Six
Bungee
feet
jumping,
under.
baby. I want to get some adrenaline.
5 years.
Of course, yeah.
I'll be at least 12.
I don't
Huh?
have I don't have an answer for that.
Hopefully I'll graduate by then.
Hopefully graduated.
Hopefully.
I'll be at Virginia Tech
I could
alumni.
agree with that one.
Hopefully.
They said 5 years.
I'll be a Virginia Tech alumni.
Yeah.
I'll be living in
Uh,
walls.
My basement, probably.
Okay. I'll be hopefully finishing up my time at UGA. That's the goal.
Yeah.
Hey, have you got your? Oh, you're not even a senior. Never mind.
No, but
Young ass fool.
yeah, goal is UGA.
Go dogs. Go
Go
Tigers.
dogs, baby.
Go Tigers.
That
Go
freaking dude, bro. That dude painted himself all white and creeps me out. That's how we
This
do
is-
it down in Georgia.
Yes. I love that. That guy is me on every Saturday.
All right. Not a question, but pray for Patrick Mahomes. Homie got
Yeah,
Jackson Mahomes
married.
and Juju in the same place.
I don't feel bad for him. I don't.
Ooh, the Jackson Juju collab.
Bro, did you guys see the comments on the post of him and Brittany
The
getting
marriage?
married?
Yeah.
Those were bad. They were.
I can imagine
so
they
bad.
were.
It was so bad, dude. Jesus, it was so
Not a great
bad.
situation if he ever opens the internet ever.
There's no way he doesn't see this stuff.
Yeah, no,
bro.
he has to.
That
Yeah,
was
yeah. And he hears it at games and it's
I couldn't even imagine being in his position when it comes to all this.
It's crazy.
You know what the funny part is? Like, we all sit here and are like, "Oh, I couldn't imagine being him," but honestly, to him, he probably doesn't even care.
He's got
I mean, I can see how we think how like there's no way he couldn't care, but like I don't know.
When it comes to some people like hating on his wife and family, he cares about that.
He's got
Just
to,
because
right?
people are
That's
saying-
true, but I don't know.
Because we know they're on social media. His family. We know that.
When you're that, I guess.
But it's
high,
just crazy because he's such a good quarterback, and everybody hates him because of his family.
He's such a nice guy. He's not even bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's honestly like such a cool dude.
he's literally one of the most hated people because of his family.
so chill. He's so
It's
like
crazy.
relaxed. He literally goes home, eats a gallon of ketchup.
But that just goes to show you what social media is now. I mean, good guy. He wins with his team, but it's overshadowed by his family being stupid.
it could literally taint his legacy at the end of it.
Yeah.
Sucks. Hate his guts.
Or
You guys hear me?
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah, just. Anyways, real quick, we're going to the next question. Never mind. Well, I was just gonna say TCU and Arizona is Colton. What are you doing?
Yeah, that's why I keep. If you notice me looking up, it's because I
Yeah.
have my TV
You
on.
notice me
It.
looking
I'm
down,
watching
it's because
the
we're
Yeah,
calling.
TCU Arizona.
Oh my God, Arizona just tied it.
My eyes don't come
Yo,
off.
you guys are ahead. Shut
Yeah,
up.
wait, yeah, Jet, you're ahead. Hold up,
Well-
I haven't even gotten there yet.
Whoops.
But
Me and Mike are just.
If it ain't Sister Jean, I don't care.
This is
Matt,
You want to
March.
say it?
all right.
I picked North Carolina to upset Baylor. I
We
feel
only
smart.
got like 3 more, so let's finish these out.
Go for it.
As we watched.
Alright.
Let's see. Thoughts on the Correa signing? We discussed that. That's the whole episode, so you'll see that. AFC West rankings.
See, this is. I'm surprised we didn't touch on this more when we were talking about Russell Wilson. I don't get why the majority of people have them at least at 3. At least a lot of people at 2. I think they're 4th until proven otherwise. Personally, and my very
Completely
unbiased,
unbiased,
my
yeah.
completely unbiased ranking is the Raiders at 2, the Chargers at 3, Broncos at 4.
I'm going.
Honestly, and the only
If we
reason
didn't make the playoffs, I would have a different tone though.
I guess.
But I have us at 2.
Just based on roster, or like I don't know. I'm going Chargers, Chiefs,
Just everything.
Raiders, Broncos. That's me.
I have the same as Nick.
That's fair.
Dylan.
I mean, you can't really go wrong.
I'm waiting for the Chiefs decline personally.
Bro,
Me too.
we're
I think this could end up being a Charger Raider division.
I mean, they literally.
Downfall.
I mean, just saying it on paper, they're the worst team in the division, probably.
On paper,
The Chiefs?
On
Maybe.
paper, I would probably. You could make the argument.
the
Yeah,
roster
yeah.
around Mahomes compared to the
Certainly
roster around
defensively,
the
yeah.
other quarterbacks,
But then they got
probably.
Juju.
But they have
That is
Juju.
true.
Okay, we know they're gonna make the best TikToks, Nick. This wasn't what the
Quarterback.
conversation was.
Frank Clark.
I'm gonna go Chiefs, Chargers, Raiders, Broncos.
Drew
Tyrann
Sorensen.
Tyrann Matthew.
Jet, don't say anything. I haven't even gotten out of the timeout yet.
Yeah, Jet. Shut up.
Harrison
Okay.
Butker.
Bro, I was gonna say it because Cole said it, bro. All 3 teams have to make these big time trades and stuff, and Patrick Mahomes is winning Super Bowls with Daniel Sorensen. I just, it's
He's
funny.
the best quarterback talent of all time.
Yo.
Okay.
You saw that?
First of all, that was a foul.
That
at
was
half court.
absolutely a foul.
And second, that guy is so stupid. He dunked it. He had he
What
took
the-
just way too
Lay it
many.
up,
steps.
little floater just off
Oh my
glass.
god!
Ugh.
I would love to see TCU win this, but they got to do it in overtime now.
Yeah,
I doubt
so
it's
for
gonna
those-
happen.
They got fouled. That was
Kids
so
don't know what
stupid.
happened. 1 seed Arizona and TC are playing right now. 75-75. Seconds
Colton.
left. Arizona gets a
Look at me, look at me.
steal. They fouled him, but they get later.
Stupid.
Overtime now. Here we go.
Cool.
All right. Divisional winner
Anyways.
predictions for MLB next season. I want to start this.
Are we gonna have a post for this too, though?
Yeah, probably.
Wait, what'd you ask? What was it?
Divisional winner predictions for MLB.
Ooh.
I want to start. I'm going with the Blue Jays, White Sox. AL West is where I'm a little stuck.
It was
Is
always
crazy to say the Astros.
It was
I mean,
always
surely we're gonna do this for like a post or a topic at some
Yeah,
point.
that's what I asked about.
I want to do full standings.
We're doing all the awards and shit, right? I got to pick Joey Gallo to win MVP again.
Yeah,
Yeah, we need to
I'm
we need to
gonna-
get to work on that.
I'm gonna go with the Astros still. So Astros, White Sox, Blue Jays, Mets, Dodgers, Brewers.
That's funny.
You're
That
so
is-
mad. You're so mad.
Comedy.
You're so incredibly mad right now. Your team's so mid.
Oh,
This World Series hangover is about to be so funny.
You're a Padres fan. Talking about mid.
Your mid-ass team
You're a Padres. You're a Padres.
can't be mid if you always suck.
All right, you guys' divisional winner predictions.
Who's going next?
I mean, we're gonna do this. I don't know.
That's true.
I wanna
But
do
we're gonna
full
go into
standings
depth.
prediction post. I want to do
Yeah.
that pretty bad.
I'm going.
Dude,
Seattle
This
Mariners.
is subject to change.
Do it, Mike. Do it, Mike.
Seattle Mariners,
Pick it.
Chicago White Sox, Toronto Blue Jays, Los Angeles Dodgers.
Mid.
What the hell is happening in the Central?
I was stuck there for a second.
Milwaukee Brewers
Just go by the default because they have the insane pitching staff. That's all you can go off of.
and Atlanta
Scherzer in the
Braves.
ground, Mike.
I don't care.
Go,
Scherzer
Dill.
and DeGrom are gonna pitch a combined 15 games.
Okay. I mean, this might be a little, but I don't know. I just trust the Braves offense more than I do the Mets offense.
It's certainly smart given the last 4 years.
Tripping.
Yeah.
You're tripping.
Again, so I'm going now or what?
Mhm.
Yeah, man, go for it.
Go for it.
All right, we're gonna go. I'll start in the AL. We're gonna go Mariners, White Sox, and Blue Jays. I think these are like kind of consensus based on. I'm sure there's gonna be like one of these is gonna be like what Red Sox won the division and that kind of thing, but just generally based on what we think should happen. And then the NL Dodgers, I guess the Brewers, and then the Braves. Yeah. Just remember,
You can go, Jack.
All right. I'll go with in the East, National League East. I'll go with the Braves. Actually, yeah, okay. I'll go with the Braves. In the Central,
Their downfall.
I got the Brewers.
Nick is just a hater.
The West Padres, the Dodgers for sure.
Whoa.
Oh, no way he laughed.
I just auto said the Padres on accident.
Yeah, I'm right.
He autos.
AL East, give me the Jays. AL Central, it's White Sox. AL West, give me the Angels.
I was going to. I'm not gonna
I
lie.
like it.
Dude, they're just not.
That division is up for grabs.
I just trust the Mariners pitching more. That's where I'm at with that.
I'm taking the Angels.
All right. Time for
They'll figure it out.
So,
Miami Marlins.
oh my god.
Oh,
Milwaukee
these are
Brewers.
subject to change, by the way. My answers could change in a month or a couple weeks.
San Francisco Giants. And then we got Blue Jays. No. Blue Jays.
Baltimore.
I'll do Minnesota. I'm all in. Seattle. No. Give me the Rangers.
The
Texas, of
Rangers.
course.
No.
Of course.
Giants are winning back.
It was always Corey.
Hey, so I just want to kind of point something out on Colton's.
Uh-huh.
I know we all here hate the Giants. I
Yeah,
think they're-
respectfully, I would choose the Diamondbacks to
I
win the
don't-
division
I don't
before the
know.
Giants.
So
Yeah, me and Nick don't.
I'm
really
not
it's not
saying-
opinions.
I'm not
I'm just
saying
not. I'm just not saying the Giants. It's not happening.
I'm not saying the Giants don't have a chance. Don't get me wrong. I just feel like the Dodgers have the chance to win more games than they did last year, and I don't think the Giants can keep up.
No, I don't-
Yeah.
I refuse
Yeah.
to be Dodger loving.
No,
The
but
Giants. No, the Giants.
What you
It's
all
not
their
even
players
Dodger
had,
loving
like,
at that point. They're
I could not
ridiculous.
pick the Diamondbacks.
all their guys had insane career years, and they're all like none of them are like young. They just all kind of like broke out at like age like 28, 29, 30, which is just weird and unsustainable. Also, they lost Gossman. So
Buster Posey
what they added
and
Rodon.
don't get me wrong, with Farhan
just-
there, they're gonna be really, really good for a very
I
long
like the
time.
Yeah.
additions. And you guys are tripping. They had a really good offseason.
No, I know.
No,
They're just gonna. They're
I
gonna keep
know,
finding
but
guys that
I
break out.
just
They're like the Rays, man. They play matchups well. They're gonna be good.
Except they spend
more than
a lot more.
Well, they're capable of. And,
Well,
I
right.
mean,
You can pick the Dodgers.
they literally. I mean, like I said, with Farhan, they're going to continue to make that roster better, and eventually they'll get to probably being the best team.
I was
in the West.
gonna
I'm not
just
even
pick
gonna
every
lie.
single last place team, but
Colin, I think it was you that said it, but that joke will never get old. Where Jay said the auto, you auto said it. Auto said the Padres. Words today, man. Like he's at a party or something, and these girls are flirting with him. He goes, "So, what are your thoughts on the Padres getting a league away from the Yankees?"
Oh my-
Just the funniest thing ever, man. Maybe thinking that it's not a bad thing in my eyes, though. All right.
Always gotta talk baseball. Every second.
I love baseball.
Padres baseball. All right, that's all the questions. Not a lot. So,
I have one follow-up question that they texted me privately.
okay, go ahead.
When is there going to be a Sports World Fortnite online league?
Oh, I plan on making that tomorrow, actually.
Jets
Ooh,
It's a money
Fortnite?
league. It's a money league. $100 entry fee.
Okay. $5 to the winner?
500 members.
Oh,
So you do the math. I'm copping like $5,000.
So how much does a winner get,
Star
Nick?
Wars Lego thing. $5.
Ah.
Well, they get 105. They make a profit of 5.
They get back 105, right? Okay.
Yeah.
What
Numbers
is happening?
Sick. So
I don't know.
that's it for episode 3. Episode 33. Hey, throw it on YouTube. That kind of works out pretty well. Episode
That's true.
33. As always, we appreciate you guys for listening, and we'll see you next week. Peace.
Should we do a